We are about half an hour away from postal workers in this country being ordered back on the job after the federal government intervened to end the month-long strike.
CB24's Courtney Heels is live this morning outside the Gateway facility in Mississauga with the very latest on the situation. And Courtney, a lot of the picketers there this morning say that the government's move really infringes on their bargaining rights.
Yeah, and Jen, there's a level of frustration. I mean, I've had a chance to speak with several union workers. They tell me they're really upset that they've been ordered back. And I'm just looking over my shoulder here. I'm noticing emotions getting a bit high. What's happening right now outside of the Gateway facility in Mississauga, employees are starting to show up to work. What we know through the national president, Cup W, they have told their members to comply with this order from the Canada Industrial Relations Board, meaning as of 8 o'clock, they are to start their regular shift. So it appears as though there are some people, some of course are non-unionized workers, but some unionized workers are showing up for their 8 o'clock shift. And what the picket line appears to be doing is just slowing some of these members down. This is obviously a very busy intersection along Eglinton. So as a result, when the light turns green, some of these vehicles, slow down a little bit as a result. Talking to some of the unionized workers, they say, again, they will comply with that order from their national president saying as of 8 o'clock, it's time to go back to work. They are still planning to appeal this ruling from the Canada Industrial Relations Board to return to work. And part of the reason that ruling was put in place, according to the board, they say that they're at an impasse, essentially. These two sides, that's Canada Post and the union representing about 55,000 workers, they're unable to reach an agreement that both sides are good with. This strike has been going on for close to 5 weeks now. I'll let you hear from one of the workers who I talked to just a few minutes ago about how everybody is feeling this morning.
We were angry for the first time that the minister announced that he will give us a timeout and put us back work early next week. We waited on our national direction and it came last night to go back. We will go back with an objection of anger, with not liking what they did to our members and the Canadians as a whole. They shut Canada Post during Christmas. They absolutely took the Christmas out of the Canadian hands. So we are pissed off. We are not happy, but we will comply with our national direction.
So you get a sense there of the frustration we're hearing from some of these unionized workers, the fact that they say this goes against their rights, their right to strike. They're not happy with the offer being put on the table by their employer, but they are complying with the order from the Canada Industrial Relations Board to return to work. And their union president saying the same thing. As of 8 o'clock, you go to your regular scheduled shift. So that essentially means, Nick and Jen, some of the people who are out on the picket line right now, at 8 o'clock, they will, put the flags down. They'll open up the picket line and they'll be going in to complete either maybe some of their shift or their entire shift. As for how this will impact you when it comes to mail delivery, Canada Post has acknowledged this is going to take a while for things to get back on track. They have quite a bit of mail to go through, mail that's been sitting, say, in mailboxes, or they just, of course, haven't sorted out over the last 5 or so weeks. They're also saying they likely won't be picking up any new mail until about Thursday. And if you are hoping to get anything in the mail to someone by Christmas, that is unlikely to make it, given, how much they have to go through. We're going to reach out to Canada Post, also get an update on how things are expected to go today. And of course, continue to talk to members of the union because this is a developing story. Obviously, at 8 o'clock, we'll be watching closely behind me here, too, because that's when this picket line will go down. Over to you.
A lot to sort through. It's going to be really interesting to see what unfolds in the next 20 minutes where you are, Courtney. So we'll check back in with you then. Thanks so much, Courtney Heels, live in Mississauga.